I mean, God, I woke up on my birthday. It was a 9 a.m. phone call. I just like sat there and bawled in my bed for a couple hours, called my husband or my fiance at the time.
Once you found the diagnosis out, was it like, all right, let's go and do this? Or was it still, I need to process a lot of emotion?
I'm a go-getter, so it was pretty much like, all right, let's do it. Like, let's get it over with. So yeah, that was kind of my immediate reaction.
And then your ENT, I know, referred you to a local oncologist. But talk to us about how you decided whether that would be your doctor or not.
Yeah. So my ENT referred me once I got, a preliminary diagnosis. He referred me to an oncologist that he refers a lot of people to that he really liked in town. And I was a little hesitant. I was pretty adamant about getting a second opinion there. I told my ENT that I was going to do that. And he was like, okay, yeah, you do what you need to do. I just, I'll let you know that I have referred lots of people to this person. And I had a really good friend who went to MD Anderson and then came back and ended up sticking with this person because they just liked his bedside manner so much more. And I was like, okay. And that is what actually happened. He was just a really fantastic doctor who was really optimistic and very, very knowledgeable and listened to me. And my doctor at MD Anderson, while brilliant and lovely, it just felt very impersonal. I wanted someone that was willing to answer my questions and like actually take time with me. But also I think that the thing that still draws me to this doctor or any doctor I've had is interest in like me as a person. Because when someone is like in charge of saving your life, you want them to actually care about your life and find it interesting and find it important.
So then your doctor was like, okay, we're going to do ABVD, which is a very standard chemo regimen. How did that go?
So about halfway through my infusions, I got pneumonia and ended up in the hospital for almost a week in Arkansas. That was like the lowest point in my cancer treatment. There was a man in the room next to me that was like screaming in pain the whole time. And like, it was that really bad flu season. It was just very scary. And I didn't want to, it was horrible. When I got back to Austin, I had read a bunch of studies and a bunch of research just because that's the kind of person I am anyway. I had read something like people who were going through a certain amount of rounds of ABVD, which was slightly more than mine. If after 2 cycles they like had no evidence of disease, and which I had at that point, I had a clear PET scan, which was awesome. Then you could remove the bleomycin for the remainder to lower that toxicity because it's very bad for your lungs and I still have like scars on my wrists from just when I scratched myself when I was on it, like on my arms. So this bleomycin kind of made me like scar so easily. I don't know if you can see it, but it was like I still have marks on my body when it was just like scratch myself like I just did, like light, and it would leave a permanent scar. So I was like, well, what's it doing to my lungs? Like I don't like this at all. And so I took that study to my doctor. In this study, if after 2 cycles they were able to remove the bleomycin, and would I be able to do that so that I could take the Neulasta, because I feel like my risk of ending up in the hospital again is more dangerous at this point than my risk of like relapsing or having refractory disease from not being clear. And he agreed with me, and he was very familiar with study, and he was like, yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense and we can do that. So they removed the bleomycin for my last 2 or 3 cycles. Then I was able to have the Neulasta, and it worked really well with me. And it was such a huge relief the rest of the time. It made the whole ordeal way less scary once I was able to have some protection against infection.
You felt so compelled because you had so much, like, I mean, it was so much anxiety and fear because your defenses are all down to go research something. What's your message to other people about doing something like that? I don't know. And then bringing it to your doctor. Like,
I do think that I'm coming at this from a place of privilege, of someone who had knew kind of what to look for in studies and had access, and I was still in grad school, had access to academic journals and stuff like that. But definitely ask for help, because there are people who know a lot about this that can help advocate for you as well. If you really feel strongly about something, at least bring it up to your doctor. Don't be scared to ask them questions. And if you have a doctor who is making you feel stupid or ridiculous for asking these questions, and you have the ability to find a new doctor, because you do not have to deal with that. Ask for early results. I've gotten so lucky, especially if you're a young cancer patient and you're in a place where there aren't a lot of young cancer patients, like, you get some special treatment. I'm not going to lie, like, they will rush things for you, etc. Ask for your results the second they come in. Tell them, like, you're really worried, make it very clear to them. Build a relationship with your nurse, especially. That's all stuff that has helped me kind of get where I need to be.